Okay, so this video is gonna go a little later than usual. I apologize, but I just saw this a little bit ago. I just looked up Joel Embiid for, which for those who don't know, he's like one of the biggest stars in currently on the Sixers. But yeah, so this is according to Max Kellerman on the Game of a podcast about Joel Embiid, the Sixers potentially parting one of the he based like the Sixers urged to part ways with Joel Embiid after LeBron James, which I kind of get it because you already got like two really big stars, so but at the same time, I think with the Sixers they had James Harden, I believe it was for a season. But they also had Embiid as well at the same time. So let's take a look at what he said. Um, so I don't think they can keep Embiid. I don't think the team can keep Embiid because it's like a victim of his own excellence. In a sense, I don't care how good he's feeling in the offseason and all that. Look, if he stays healthy the whole time to win the whole thing, he proves me wrong, right? But he is such a big piece to integrate and then has to work around. Then if he comes back in integrate and every year of his career, it's always something else. If I'm the Sixers, I'm moving off Embiid as soon as possible. I want to let this go by the wayside. So, first article here. So about this. Sixers left nothing to chance. Especially they brought in LeBron James for experience and landed Jaylen Brown to give Tyrese Maxey another elite running mate. On paper, they felt like they felt like build to chase the championship. Like the biggest question, so it falls on Embiid. Now, once voice believes Philadelphia should make its toughest question before that dream slips away. So Embiid, of course, over the years, he's been in some really hot water because like a lot of people who don't like him at all. He also I think it was last year or maybe like the year before that he got injured pretty bad. So yeah, I mean the Sixers are good. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of times they don't. I think seen them. They don't get past. They haven't got past the second round of the playoffs lately, which sucks. So anyway, more on the Kellerman. Sixers are at a crossroads with Embiid. This is simply because he is healthy. He is the best player on the team. You just don't know when he's going to be healthy in the playoffs. You want mismatches. If Embiid is healthy, he's a mismatch every time. Rich Paul. So this is Rich Paul. Kellerman further explained that Embiid's return often forces the team to readjust its entire rhythm. While 32-year-old performs well individually, the rest of the roster needs time to adapt to playing alongside him again. By the time the team regains its chemistry, they may have already lost valuable games, forcing the Sixers to confront the same challenge year after year. Now defending LeBron's new team, this is a different team now. Don't get me wrong. You have to figure out how to stagger minutes. It's all about staggering minutes. But again, the question of how many minutes the process will play per game comes into the picture. If I'm the Sixers, I'm keeping Embiid under 28 minutes a game in the regular season. So, for those that don't know, I believe basketball plays it's not a total of 60 minutes like how football and hockey is. I believe it's 4 quarters, but I believe it's 12 minutes a quarter. I think I believe that's what it is. Um, so based off like how many minutes Embiid and LeBron should play, because obviously you don't want to have like two really big stars like Embiid and LeBron. You really don't want them. Well, maybe you do. It all depends on how good you want them. Do you want it to be? Um, I mean, proved it useful with the Lakers because I believe the Lakers won maybe a couple of championships with him, which is pretty cool. So with James and Brown's addition to the roster, Embiid is going to experience unprecedented pressure. No one doubts his gameplay. He's an MVP for a reason, of course. However, he has to find ways to stay healthy all season to avoid injuries that show up for his team. Over the past two regular seasons, Embiid has suited up just 57 times. Even at 41 assists, LeBron surpassed that total in 2025-26. Philly's outlook, however, could shift for James and Jaylen Brown. The impact extends beyond talent. They bring leadership, toughness, and a winning mindset that could reshape the franchise from top to bottom. Now, obviously, there have been like so many rumors, of course, about the Sixers getting rid of Embiid. It was been like that for a while, where like the Sixers they should they get rid of Embiid stuff like that. So We don't know. I was this from a podcast. Obviously, it's two people's. It's a couple guys' opinions, obviously. But yeah, it here's what I'll say. I know I'm kind of taking this little this podcast here, I mean this article here verbatim, kind of. Obviously, you really can't believe everything you see on the internet, obviously. But here's what I'll say. It all depends on what the Sixers want to do. If like the season does start on I believe it's September, I believe. Like obviously, you don't want to have like a bunch of big stars on the team all at once because then like I can imagine gonna have people like fighting over like the minutes they want to play. But Embiid is pretty injury prone. I've heard he gets injured a lot, like quite good, pretty often actually. So who knows? Maybe it could be time to get rid of Embiid. Who knows? They could keep him. They could get rid of him. Who knows? Also, we don't know what's going to happen with Embiid. Obviously, especially now that LeBron James is with the Sixers. So yeah, we don't know. I also want to like down along the line, obviously, but for now we don't know. So yeah, will the Sixers finally get rid of Embiid like they like a lot of people have been saying for years? We don't know, but well, I guess we'll find out and see. We'll find out and see what happens. So yeah. Anyway, that's about it, and I'll see you guys later.